This interview is with Lachlan Deadshot Stitt. He is he's probably one of the most highly touted prospects in a little while now. He's in the welterweight division. He's 2-0 in the professional ranks. He fights out of XXX Fight Academy in New South Wales. Very excited for his career. He joins us because he's taking on Peter Templar May 6th at Eternal MMA in the Gold Coast. And he has been dubbed by promoter Cam O'Neill as, I believe it's one of the hardest guys to match. Probably the hardest guy, I think he said, to match in the history of being a promoter. And we're going to ask Lachlan why that is. Is it his skill level? Is it his management? Is it his personality? Who knows? So keep listening to find out why he's been dubbed that. He's also got an array of knockouts that we're going to talk about. And he even got one in Thailand where he picked up a championship belt. But he didn't get to walk away with the belt. And we're going to go into exactly what happened and why some of the Thai officials got involved. It's a very interesting story. We also get his insight on what it's like to train with some of the most skilled fighters in Caleb Crazy Horse Rideout, who's a former Eternal welterweight champion, Lachlan's teammate, and of course he's head on over and trained with Jacob Malkoon, who's in the UFC, Izzy Fitikifu, who fights out of ONE FC, and of course Rob Whittaker, the former UFC middleweight champion out at Smeaton Grange. So they all train together at times, which is great. So we're going to ask Lachlan a lot about that, and of course about his fight May 6th, Eternal MMA. So guys, have a listen. Let me know what you think. Have a watch. It's on YouTube or Australian MMA on your podcast. Check out Australian MMA _ on Instagram if you want to get involved. But yeah, right now, ladies and gentlemen, Lachlan Deadshot Stitt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Lachlan Deadshot Stitt, who on May 6th in the Gold Coast taking on Peter Templar. Mate, first of all, how does it feel to finally get a matchup?
Oh, man, I was stoked when the matchup got announced and, everything was sorted because you had a couple of pullouts and a couple of things fell through and all that. So, yeah, to have the fight and to get we're so close, 4 days out now, 3 days out. So yeah, I'm fucking pumped, man. Absolutely pumped.
Now, mate, look, Eternal promoter Cam O'Neill, who despite it, I love the man, right? But he can be at times a little bit like dramatic in his statements. And he has said you are the hardest guy in the history of promoting fights to get a fight. Now, how believable is that? How real is that actually?
Well, it's very real, for myself and the boys that I train with that, and see what I do in the gym and on a day-to-day basis and all that. You guys have only seen how I perform in the cage, and I haven't had much time to showcase what I really am capable of. And that's the scary thing. And another thing, I'm only 23 years of age. I haven't even hit my prime yet. So, I'm a very dangerous fight for a lot of these guys. I hold knockout power. My fight IQ is well beyond my experience. And, I come in to finish fights. That's the way I do things.
So why do you think it is, breaking it down a little bit more, why do you think guys are so scared to take that fight? Is it because you're so early on in your pro career, your record's not as desirable, but yet you're such a dangerous fight?
Exactly right. I think that's where the risk is. So for your guys, with upwards of 5-6 pro fights on a good streak, that are knocking on the door of that contender series, they don't want to get derailed by someone with 2-3 pro fights, because that's going to knock them off. It's going to knock them back a couple of years. And then you have guys at my level, with the 1 to 2, 3, 4 pro fights. They don't really want to take it because, I've had quite a big amateur career and stuff like that, more experience. So it makes things very difficult. Plus, if you look at my record, they're all finishes anyway, so all by knockout, first, second round. So
Now, do you mind if I ask, are you exclusively signed to Eternal?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So do you think that, and this is a really transparent question, do you think that was necessarily a smart decision because it ties you to one promotion when it's already so hard to get you fights?
Look, Eternal is definitely, the leader in Australia, with the Fight Pass and all that stuff. And that was the decision that me and my team made to sign exclusively with Eternal. No, I don't regret signing at all with Eternal. I think it's been great not only to showcase my skills on such a platform, but to be able to get my name out there, all the media stuff like that. So I think it's been great. Maybe the media attention has been a bit too much for me in the arse a bit, but it is what it is.
You're welcome. How many fights left do you have on that contract? Like, what are some of the sort of deals you can say?
This is my last fight on my current contract with Eternal, which will after this fight we'll see what happens, and I've got no problem with Eternal if they want to go again, but yeah, we'll see what happens after this fight.
And now you talk about obviously like 2-0, and you're already signed to a promotion. You're already signed to a management company. Why do you think that is?
Well, Rival Sports Management reached out to me, and we sat down and had a chat about some things and my goals and what pathway they would have for me and stuff like that. And it sort of worked out really well. And we get along quite well, me and Dom, my manager at Rival. And then also I do a lot of training with the Gracie boys, Rob, Izzy Fitikefu, Jacob, Jimmy Crute comes and trains sometimes as well. We're all in the same management company. So that obviously works really well. Also, being same management as my training partners.
So do you reckon what helps with a lot of that sort of stuff is obviously you're training with Rob Whittaker, and let's say, I'm going to say here that you're doing okay. And then does his management go, oh, damn, well, if you can hang with him, I don't really care what you've done yet in terms of a record. We believe in you.
Yeah, I think they've obviously believe in me, like I believe in myself, and my coaches do, and they see what I'm capable of, as do I. And we're all working to the same goal. We have some really big things coming up in the next couple of years, and some really big goals to sort of smash. And yeah.
And before I go into your fight that is currently in Australia, is there a plan of like, I want 2 more fights, then I want to try and get to the UFC, or I want to international? Like, is that outlaid?
Yeah, there's been talks here and there. Obviously, when the UFC came to Australia last time, they were looking around and whatnot. And my name has been mentioned, put forward, but it's just the experience. I just need more experience until I get that call up. But yeah, the Contender Series is definitely on the cards. 2024, hopefully, the Contender Series season we might get something, but it all depends on my experience this year, next year. What happens with, as fighting is so unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen and stuff like that. But the goal is definitely get some fights, good finishes. I want a pro belt by the end of the year. I want a pro Aussie belt by the end of the year. That's this year's main goal on a promotion. And yeah, that's definitely this year's goal.
Yeah, because you do understand how rare it is to have such hype at 2-0 as a pro.
Yeah, no, I know. But I just don't let it get to me. Just, I still train at the gym every day, still train my ass off. All the boys, they all know that, and they keep me grounded. They don't listen to all that other stuff. I keep that out. When I'm in the gym, I'm just another guy, man. It just doesn't matter. I'm just another student.
Well, how do you feel about, because your XXX Fight Academy training partner, Crazy Horse, obviously held the Eternal welterweight belt, then lost it to Luciano. How do you think you fare against Joseph Luciano, who ironically is in the same management group as you?
Correct. Yeah. Look, I present obviously a very dangerous fight for Joey as well with with my wrestling and my strength. You know, obviously has that very good wrestling background and stuff, but on the feet, I think he wouldn't. There's no way he would last against me. It's just too much power, too much pressure for a fighter like him.
Would Rival even book that fight? Because that would be damaging to one of their guys.
It'd be damaging for him. Hey, they still run a business. That's their side of things. As long as, you know, me and my manager, we're good, and then everything's working smoothly. We're both doing what we need to do. There's no problems there. It doesn't matter. They can sign King Kong. Doesn't matter.
Now, the biggest problem with fighting, of course, is everyone says don't look before what's in front of you. Now, Peter Templar, 1-2 professional record, but obviously game for a fight. Do you know much about him? Is there anything that bothers you about his game?
Yeah, obviously, you know, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt, and you know, I know them boys. I know that they grapple quite hard. They're decent grapplers and stuff. And no, I'm definitely not underestimating him by any means. You know, he's lost David Martinez. You've seen what he does. Also, Jamie Spawn, you know, not too bad of a fighter. His last fight against DePau, you know, Michael's not the greatest opponent, but, you know, he performed quite well. I know Pete's very strong. I know they're well conditioned, them boys. And obviously, they seem to have a game plan for me or something. I saw in his article yesterday, he thinks it's going to be a TKO win for him. That's a pretty bold statement. I like the confidence, but yeah, I just don't see that happening for him, eh?
Now, mate, I watched your little documentary last night, Fighting Demons. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now you got a strong team behind you.
Yeah.
First of all, can you talk about what they all mean to you? And also on a side note, one of your coaches, Nathan Reddy, is he done? Because he's 9-1 and only one loss to Jimmy Crute 3 years ago. Like, is he out?
Not fighting anymore. No.
Why?
No. Man, he still whooped all of our asses at the gym, man. He really, really could go a long way. Like, you know, and his grappling has come so far in the last 2 years or so. You know, recently got his black belt and stuff, and just such a high level grappler, man. Like he gets really involved in what he's doing. So say, like, you know, if he wants to study jiu-jitsu for a while, he'll focus on jiu-jitsu, and 24/7, that's all he'll think about. Jiu-jitsu all the time, all these different moves and everything. And his brother Grant's the same, another black belt at our gym. So these are the guys that I'm training with, you know, very high level dudes. But no, Nath just likes training with us. He's got I think three kids now and stuff like that. So, you know, the fighting, I never say never, but I don't think he's gonna fight again. Yeah.
And can you talk about how instrumental like Coach Moe is, and
Yeah.
even just training with Crazy Horse? Like, that team looks like it's such a tight knit community.
Yeah. Moe's known me since I was about 16. So he's seen me sort of grow up, you know, and he's been my head coach since I was, I think, 18. So that's 5 years now that he's been my head coach, and we literally started from nothing, if that makes sense. So we started from the base. So that was really exciting, you know, to coach on like him. That's, you know, he ran for Mark Hunt back in the day. And has just a wealth of knowledge, man. And yeah, not only just a coach though, but also just a mentor as well. Just someone to talk to. Man, he knows everything. He probably knows more about me than even I know myself. So he definitely knows me very well. He knows when I'm off, when I need to rest, stuff like that. And yeah, without him, me or Crazy Horse definitely wouldn't be where we are today. That's for sure.
And has he helped you in obviously out of the cage sort of problems and whatnot? Have you had any doubts about your career? Have you had thought like, man, maybe I can't do this?
No, I've never had doubts like that. It's more been frustration due to, you know, the fights and whatnot, and just being frustrated with stuff like that. That's what has really, you know, been the problem in the last sort of 12 months or so. And he's just kept me on track. Just listen, just keep training, keep doing your thing, just keep getting better. It'll come. And yeah, now's the time.
Yeah, and look, we're really excited to see you finally in the cage again, because at some point you were having to take any fight you could get. And I know you've told this story 100 times, but I need you to explain it to new listeners or new viewers right now about how you won your fight in Thailand and had to pay money for the belt.
Oh man, that was a joke. So I get there, right, and I was just training at Tiger. And for people that have been over there, they know how it is over there. They get the Westerners to try and fight. So I was like, oh nah, man, it's all good. I'll just come over here and train. And then my other training partner came over, Blair, and his dad Johnny. And he's got a real high energy personality, right? He goes, come on, Lock, just do it, man, just do it. I was like, all right, fuck, let's do it, right? Because Blair was fighting on the same card. Like, all right, I'll just do a kickboxing fight, just 3 rounds, blah blah blah. Get to the venue, right? We go, yep, all right, kickboxing, yeah. He goes in like broken English, no, full Thai. So I said, what? Full Thai? I said, oh, fuck. How many rounds? He goes, 5 rounds. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, righto, whatever. I'm not like, I'm already here. Let's just do it. So they get me and the other bloke that looks similar to me, come over here into this room. So they stand us beside each other, and the promoter's there, barely speaks any English. Yep, looks at us. Yeah, sweet. You just can fight. Right, wrap up. Not even no area to warm up, nothing, no pads to hit, nothing. They rub you down with all the oil and everything, and then they call your name out, get in there and all that. And yeah, my trainer didn't speak much English, and then Johnny was in the corner. He just slap me on the back and says, "Just give it to him, brother." And I was like, "Oh, I got to finish this quick because I'm not going to understand a word they're saying." And yeah, get in there, got the finish, nice clean elbow, and then yeah, after the fight, got the belt. Said, "You beauty." Got myself a new belt for the showcase. I went to walk out of the venue. There's about 5 blokes nearly tried tackling me for the belt. They go, "Give it back, give it back." What do you mean, mate? He said, "Oh no, it's not your belt. It's the stadium belt." You're joking, aren't you? Oh man, I was going off. I said, are you fucked? He's trying to fucking rip me off here. Yeah, no, it's a stadium belt. We'll give you the best price, 20,000 baht. It's about fucking $700. I was like, nah, man, it's all good. You just can keep that. So I just got a couple photos with it, and that was it. So yeah, when I go back, I have to fight again for it and take it home.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure though when you win at Eternal, I do believe you get to keep the belt for free. So
Are you for a couple $100?
Look, I do know Cam. He's a great businessman, but I think he lets you get away with that.
Oh, sweet.
Now, mate, a couple more questions before I let you go. Do you have a prediction for the Peter Templar fight May 6th in the Gold Coast?
I do have a prediction. I think it's going to be too much for him on the feet. Peter's going to try look to shoot. That's going to be game over for Pete. When he gets in there, it's going to be too much violence. And those elbows are going to split him up. I'll tell you that right now.
So we're going TKO?
TKO.
What round?
1.
Oof.
He's not going to.
I love it.
He's
I love it.
got the power, man. No way.
Now, final question before I do let you go. After it's all said and done, how does Lachlan Deadshot Stitt want to be remembered in mixed martial arts?
I want to be remembered as definitely someone that comes out, performs well. I want to be one of the greats, man. But I always be humble, good respect, stuff like that. I don't want to make, any bad names, for myself or my gym. I'm representing my gym, all the members at the gym as well. So I've got young kids watching me all the time. I've got family from around the world watching me. So I want to make, be a good person at the end of the day and just perform and just fight. I love to fight, man. So I want to be remembered as that. Love to fight.
Awesome, mate. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Lachlan Deadshot Stitt. You can see him May 6th against Peter Templar, Eternal MMA. Head to eternalmma.com for tickets. And where can they find you on Instagram?
Deadshot MMA on Instagram. like, share, follow all my posts, stuff like that. Stay in detail. I don't just post all my fighting stuff. I put some personal stuff on there and what I'm up to, stuff like that. And yeah, stay in the loop of what's happening.
Beautiful. Awesome, mate. Thank you so much and best of luck.
Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it.
Good, brother.